As for the people of Dallas, the focus now is what to do now. Blue lives, black lives, all lives, a community looking at how they can learn from this tragedy to make sure it never happens again. KXAN Sophia Beausoleil live in Dallas with a closer look at how the community is coming together.
Hi, good evening, Robert. Well, officers still have many streets in downtown Dallas blocked off as investigators continue to comb through the crime scene. And you know, it's very tough for a lot of these officers. They're still trying to cope with what happened last night. And they're having some comfort, though, because of buildings like the one right behind me that are light up in blue for them to show support that the city of Dallas is here for them. Around downtown Dallas, you'll find Scott Haggard.
Hot day.
Sharing his warm heart with an ice-cold drink for the men and women in blue.
Well, they're protecting us downtown, so we might as well return the favor.
It's support Dallas Police Chief David Brown says the department doesn't receive on most days, a gap the city says it's working to fill.
I would say that it's slowly getting better. It's not where we want it to be, of course, but we're not where we used to be in the city.
Dallas Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Eric Wilson says even though the city has been a national model for race relations, it still has to implement programs to bridge the gap in communication between officers and the community. It's a message community and church leaders like at Concord Church in Dallas want to get across.
I think part of being able to support one another is this ability to see each other. We have to see people and not categories. And I think in our modern conversation, it's very polarized, us versus them.
You're a good guy, real good guy.
Scott is mourning the loss of his friend and DART officer Brent Thompson, but using this moment to show officers that he has their backs.
Grab on whatever you want.
I want to thank you.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, we're just showing them that we support them and have their back.
Viewed more than 200 officers, and it appears at least 12 officers had fired their weapons during last night's attack. As soon as we get any new updates, we will let you know. Reporting live from downtown Dallas, Sophia Beausoleil, KXAN News.
The Dallas Department says Police Chief David Brown has improved relationships with the community by making a number of changes since a police shooting there in 2012. And they include notifying the FBI Civil Rights Office every time there is a police shooting, the development of a foot pursuit policy, reviewing digital video on body cameras by a specialized unit, and reviews of departments under investigation to understand past failures and to determine the best practices on how to handle Dallas police shooting incidents. The changes also included continued use of force training for more than 3,500 members of the Dallas Police Department. And a recent survey found 66% of people in Dallas believe police are doing a good or excellent job. But the survey also found 55% of those polled believe crime is a major problem in Dallas. In direct response to Dallas, there were more attacks on police today. This morning in southern Georgia, a Valdosta, Georgia police officer went on a call about a damage being done in an apartment complex. The department says a shooter ambushed that police officer. Both the officer and the shooter were hit, and they were sent to the hospital. And outside of St. Louis, in Baldwin, Missouri, an officer was shot 3 times in the neck during a traffic stop. The officer was taken to a hospital, and a person of interest is now in custody. And yesterday in northeastern Tennessee, 1 person was killed, 3 others shot. Bristol, Tennessee police say the shooter fired at a motel and cars. When confronted by police, the suspect shot at 3 responding officers. Officers returned fire and did hit that suspect.